see how this goes. There we go.
For the UFC comfortable. Just round people up.
I forgot to share with
See what the Eagles is doing. How we need it to remain in Jurassic Park.
They get the visual. Can they hear us?
Yep. No intro's playing.
Build the Destroy intro. All of the guests we had throughout the year. Shout out 1 year. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. We back at it. Build and Destroy show. You already know every Sunday around 5 we go live. We are here. Me, Wicked Meticulous, High Rise. We got a return guest today, K-Do, back on it to give us a whole good rundown of good hip hop review. Since we also have our buddy May out handling some grown college stuff. So
special guest host, K-Do.
Yes, indeed.
K-Do, thank y'all. Thank y'all for having me back, man. Appreciate it.
For sure. Well, Riceberg, do you want to give?
Yeah.
Did you want to give your acknowledgement now before you get to your destination?
Sure. Wanted to shout out an RIP family member, my aunt, my mom's sister, Mercy Fudel, passed away yesterday at 1:45 p.m. And I'm going over to my mom's house right now to do stuff. I can't talk too long, but just put some power to her name. You know, she renamed herself Mercy because that is
Oh, wow. He was just about to get into good stuff and just cut himself off.
Oh, damn.
Hopefully he'll pop back in here.
Yeah, he'll pop back in. Well, shout out to that family and RIP and all that, man.
Yeah, man. I'm not going to get into all story mode, but it's definitely a sad situation. You know, I didn't get a chance to meet his aunt. She had just recently moved up here to Tacoma, and you know, things turned south kind of pretty quickly. So
okay. Well, yeah, man. Rest in peace. Hopefully, Josh can make it back on and finish what he was about to say.
Yeah, Mercy Fidel.
Mercy Fidel.
Well, with that being said, until he gets back, I wanted to ask you, are you into crypto?
No, man, I kind of feel like I missed that boat. I think my brother got into it and he was trying to put me on game, and it kind of just came and went under my radar, so I never really got into it.
Okay, well, I won't go into too much depth on the
My
big
bad.
wipeout recently. Oh, he's back. Let me bring you back in here. Add pin, boom. There you go.
My bad. Oh yeah. So yeah, thank you for letting me say her name. Like I said, she lived a cool ass life. She didn't have kids. I think it's everybody to have one of those crazy cool aunts who was a rebel and had a punk rock attitude about stuff and kept it real with you from day one. You know, she lived in New York in the early 80s, and you know, I got to go visit her quite a few times and experience that city and that time period. So
Dope.
You know, dope ass.
Where in New York did she live, right?
She lived in the East Village.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, down there in all that cool Tribeca type of areas, right. You know, Hell's Kitchen-y.
She was there when everything was really jumping up.
She really was. Yeah, she she wasn't a super hip hop head, but you know, she was an artist. She was into new wave and street art and stuff like that. Yeah, you know.
That's what's up, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So how are you gonna take us on this journey of this dope list you've accumulated?
Oh yeah, man. So I spent probably the last couple of months being a fan again. You know, sometimes as an artist, I think it's easy to just get in your own head and focus on making your music. And in fact, I've even heard some artists, you know, brag about that and say, "Oh, I don't listen to nothing but my own stuff or my own shit these days." Blah blah blah. And I get that to a certain degree, but I think that at the end of the day, we all make hip hop music because we were fans of hip hop. You know, I never claimed to be an originator or a creator, so I like to go back to that. But the big piece to this is that I haven't really had a reason to be a fan for a long time, so I'm happy that right now there is a good time to be a fan of hip hop. And the beauty of it is that this where we're at in hip hop with this maturation, if you will, you know, there's so many artists that are just grown and like we're in retirement age, right? Like a lot of our favorite rappers are in their 50s, some of them pushing 60. And for them to be coming out and putting out this kind of music, this quality of music, is what's really got me hyped right now, you know, and that's kind of where I'm at with it, man. And for me, I don't know if you guys had a chance to listen to it, but one of the albums that really hit me the most was that Victory by Slick Rick. Have you guys heard that yet?
That's one of my favorite albums of that year.
I only heard a couple joints off of that.
Now, bro, man, okay, so here's what I did, man. So with a lot of these albums, I don't want to listen to it in pieces because if it's meant to be listened from front to back, I want to hear it. I want to hear the skits. I want to hear the progression of the songs. I want to know if the songs kind of go together and if the piece is one, you know, cohesive piece. So I'm really trying to listen to it front to back, if that makes sense, right?
For sure.
And that was one that I decided to do that with. And I put it on and I was immediately hooked because I'm like, bro, this guy hasn't skipped a beat. I mean, he's fucking nice as hell. I mean, every bar is like,
got better.
He's, you know, it's like, yeah, he's just better and better. And he doesn't sound aged, but he also sounds classic. Like it's what you would expect in terms of a Slick Rick flow, but it's like, it just works. It's timeless. You know what I mean? And the thing that really tripped me out about that album is the, like, I guess, I don't know why it tripped me out because it's Slick Rick, right? But like the concepts that he came with, you know, like the concept where he's like, he's at a club and he's gotta go to work and, you know, he doesn't go to sleep that night and he wakes up or he goes to work the next day and he hadn't slept all night and his boss is like, man, you look like you haven't slept all night. He's like, no, I'm just a little tired or whatever it was, right? Like that shit was dope to me. And then the song where he's like a landlord, you guys know what I'm talking about? There's a song on there where he's like a landlord.
That's crazy.
Talking about how all of his renters are like pieces of shits and they're fucking up his property. Bro.
Yeah.
And so it's
a landlord rap.
Yeah, it's a landlord rap. And it's just like, man, that kind of goes back to the conversation we were having last time about like, what do you rap about when you're a grown ass man, right? And it's like, bro, there's so much. I mean, if you're creative enough, right? See, I don't think I could ever do anything like that, but that's what brings me back to just being a fan. You know what I mean? And so it's just been it's been a dope ride, man. That was one of the better of all the albums I would say to come out, and every song on there is pretty much a banger. There's no skips. You can listen to it all the way through. I think I ran it back like 3 or 4 times after I listened to it the first time. And man, I mean, I couldn't be more proud to be of that era, of that, that timepiece, to have Slick Rick come back and just. I was telling Trust when I heard it, I said, bro, Slick Rick is putting on a fucking clinic. Like, this is how to rap. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't know how to rap, he's fucking telling you how to do it right now. You know what I'm saying?
Rapping, and there's plenty of up tempo on that where he's got to carry a pace too. That is and like you say, he's 60.
Yeah.
We spent some time talking about that album when it came out. It was unique to me and May, and Wicked doesn't always get time to listen to all the new music, but yeah, man, there's the fucking tone of Slick Rick's voice just gets even more unique and like velvety and smooth over the years, and it just sounds so different. And I was just saying how like even AI couldn't come up with what Slick Rick is.
Well, the one thing that I got to give Slick Rick credit for, and he's been doing it the whole time, but his punching game is just amazing, man. I mean, when I record, I pretty much, my goal is to spit the shit all the way through. Like that's a successful take for me. If I can start to finish without having to punch in. But he has this art of punching in where he's playing with the voices a little bit, and he's doing different characters, and the timing of the punches are just, they're just golden. You know what I mean? And
it's very
he
theatrical.
Definitely has that perfected. Yeah, for sure. Definitely theatrical. Absolutely. He's telling the story. I mean, he's the storyteller, man. That's who he is. So that was a standout one for me. Obviously, I think two big releases that we were pretty happy about and excited about was the Raekwon, which I actually really enjoyed that as well. I thought that was a strong album. I can't think of any really standout tracks right now, but I think cohesively as a piece, it was a great album. I also didn't hit skip on that at all. And then the Ghostface, I like what Ghostface did on that album, because to me it was almost like intentionally, I don't want it to be like Raekwon's album. You know what I mean? Because they're they're one and the same. Like everybody always puts them in the same bag, the same category. But I felt like what Ghostface did was come a little bit more classic, a little bit more rugged. A lot of like breakbeat style beats, and just kind of like, I just want to take it back to the basement type shit. So I thought that was real fresh. And he's a beast on that type of shit anyway. You know what I mean? And what was the song on there? There is one song where he usually does this once an album where he just raps over the whole fucking song, not even a loop. It was he rapped over that Lionel Richie, that line, or the Commodores, Zoom. And it's really interesting too, because there's so many hip hop artists right now that are on that simple loop, drumless track type of vibe, right? A lot of people do. And I love it too. And it's kind of interesting, because if for motherfuckers that aren't like real deep hip hop heads, this is new to them, right? This is not new to us. It's just interesting that it's making this kind of a resurgence, right? Yeah. But I'd have to give credit to Ghostface for kind of being the spearhead of that type of thing, where he's just going to rap over something that's not even a hip hop beat, right? And he takes it to the next level, where he's like, I'm just going to rap over the whole fucking song. I'm not even going to loop it. So you're going to hear the vocals in the background. You're going to hear the chorus and everything else. And somehow, some way, he makes it work, man. And I was a big fan of that. So I think that joint was dope too. That list, Rise, that I sent you, man, it's a pretty healthy list. It is. Were there any ones on there that you heard that were standouts to you?
Well, yeah. It was a good list. It was long. Could definitely talk about it for like multiple shows, but
Right.
I was gonna ask what you thought, because like it's evident, it's definitely clear that the hip hop from that era is having a resurgence and just a glow up right now.
Right.
And it can't really be debated. Even the numbers of the sales, the stats, the concerts, it proves it.
Yeah.
But so it's kind of like, I was just wondering and I think it's been going on for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I think so.
And I think that for me, I feel like it started with the Tribe Called Quest album, the one that they put out, after Fife, was gone, just whatever, 2 years or whatever, the one that Busta Rhymes is on, hella.
Yeah.
And I think that got the industry and people's respect, and older or artists of that genre and age were like, okay, they're taking this album seriously. It's got critical acclaim. It's not just like a Last Tribe album. Like, it's getting Grammy nominations, and people think it's really creative and dope. And then I think the thing that then got that ball rolling is the Common and Pete Rock album. That's probably 2 or 3 years old by now.
Yeah. That was a good one too. Yeah.
And that got, and I think Run the Jewels too. Before this run, just their age and them being big helped set the stage for what we're seeing now. But then that, the Common and the Pete Rock album, and how they had, the press rollout on that album was like, they were everywhere, like a pop album though. And and then I think that really got the ball rolling. And once that happened, it just like opened up the floodgates, and you have all these artists coming back out and releasing albums. And then you have artists like Ghostface and Raekwon that never really stopped.
Yeah, right.
They're just catching the wave, and their latest releases are benefiting off of the popularity of the era of these rappers. But would you say, that's to me when it kind of started, I think?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think that there's probably a couple of artists that really, got the ball rolling in that direction. I think that, when Black Thought put out I think it was like an EP that he did with Danger Mouse or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was another one, because at that time he was just kind of going everywhere, and you were catching all these freestyles that he was doing all over the place, and that was just, the hip hop community was buzzing on that, right?
That was that was long ago too. That was a long time.
Yeah. So I think that, it's been kind of building for a minute. I honestly, man, this is what I feel like. If there's any artist that we can give credit to that's really put the focus back on more of a traditional hip hop sound, I got to give credit to Griselda. I mean, because they've captured the hearts of the old heads. They've captured the hearts of the young cats based on their subject matter. Like, my son is 24 years old, and he's just fucking, Benny the Butcher is his favorite cat. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The other day I was at my daughter's house, and she's 21. She's the type of cat that, like, historically listened to a bunch of, like, just more like newer neo soul type R&B stuff. And if she did listen to rap or hip hop, it was, Little Uzi Vert or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I went to her house the other day, and she's listening to The Alchemist with Freddie Gibbs. And I'm like, are you fucking listening to Freddie Gibbs? And she's like, yeah, why? And I go, that's hella funny. And she's like, why? And I go, because that's like grown man rap. And she's like, I like Freddie Gibbs. You know what I mean? And So I feel like, that movement has definitely put a different palette back in people's mouths again, if that makes sense.
It
So
does.
they're so
Well
they can
said.
kind of they can digest what we've been doing the whole time. It's starting to make sense again, and I feel like a lot of that the other genres of hip hop are starting to fade away again, because there's even some of these cats that were doing that bullshit that are now trying to make some regular music. I mean, my
Mhm.
son was telling me that you can go and listen to a Little Yachty song, and he's rapping over some grimy
I was just
drumless
about to
loops.
say that. I was just about to say that name. That's the guy that
Yeah,
like you listen to him now. You're like, oh, he's rapping.
yeah. It's like he's kind of fresh. He's kind of nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you listen to
It's
his. But if you listen to his debut album, you're just like, I don't even know if this is hip hop. I mean, I get
right.
that could be
Yeah.
good, but it's not. It's not. He's not rapping.
Yeah, and it's funny that you said that too, Rise, because I think that was the concept of Raekwon's album when he was being interviewed. He said that, the reason why he called it the Emperor's Clothing, or whatever the title of that album is because he saw that story, and he's like, I feel like that's what's going on in hip hop right now, where we're kind of being, for the longest time, we've been uh, the industry has tried to convince us all that this is all hip hop and it's all dope, and it's like it's all music for sure, but it's
Right.
not everything's fucking hip hop. And some other cats have been saying this for a little bit now, and I couldn't agree more, man. I think that hip hop is old enough now, and there's so much diversity in it now that it really does need subgenres. Like, we should, it's almost like Duran Duran and Megadeth. Like, both
Right.
rock, but completely fucking different. They don't even live in the same. Yeah, they're under the same umbrella,
Uh
but that
huh.
umbrella is so big that it covers death metal and soft rock and yacht rock and smooth jazz and all these things, right?
Yeah.
And I think that that's what hip hop needs. We should have an easy listening hip hop subsection.
Mhm.
We should have a gangster, a thugged out, or whatever it is, a street, but we need different subgenres within the genre for this to start to make sense. Because if you broke it down like that, then there would be a little bit more ability for cats to get some attention, and even kind of get into the realm of, you know, uh, winning awards, even in that regard. You know what I mean?
And finding listeners,
Finding listeners, right? Exactly.
which is like even the most important. Yeah, Wicked's
Yeah.
big on that, and I agree for sure.
Look, I'll say this. To me, a lot has to do with originality. And
Mm.
you guys are a bit older than me, but we had the same rules and regulations we're going by. You don't want to sound like someone else. You want to be
Yeah.
original from
Right.
your style and cadence, even down to your
Yeah.
name.
Right.
Nowadays it's
Right.
like it's the opposite. They're trying to find and catch what is the trend, and that's why you hear all the names that have the similar names. It's like it's
Yeah.
because they're
Right.
all trying
Little
to,
this,
yeah,
whatever.
they're all trying to copy the wave instead of being
Yeah.
individual. You're all sounding the same.
Right. Right. Yeah, man. I think somebody said this the other day too on some podcast or some interview, but they were like, "I'm kind of glad that the little era is over. There's like that kind of came and went already." Um, and one thing that I found online, and I don't know, how much influence this has on it, but I feel like, you guys ever watch them videos of cats just reacting to music? Like, people will send them
Yeah,
like, "Hey,
Yeah.
listen to Tears for Fears for the first time," and it's some young cat that's never heard Everybody Wants to Rule the World or something like
Yeah.
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe some of it is cap, maybe they've heard the song before or whatever, but they do a honest review on it, right? And I think that stuff like that has actually helped maybe a younger generation that has not had an opportunity to listen to some really older good hip hop. Like, I
Mhm.
remember one time I saw this dude doing a video reaction to Far Side Passing Me By.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just, I mean, because that video is dope as fuck, right? But
Yes.
he was just like floored. He was like, yo, who are these guys? Like, this is the dopest shit I've ever heard in my
Mm-hmm.
life, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it was cool for me to see that too, because it's like the reaction that he had watching that video was the same reaction I had as a kid when that shit aired on Yo MTV Raps. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I think by way of just you know, generations kind of you know, crossing each other's paths online, that we're starting to get some communication, and that border that was there in hip hop for the longest time, like old head versus young head, that shit's starting to go away too, you know, which is good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We needed that, because it was always like, oh, you're the angry, and I was that too. I was an angry old hip hop head for a while. I can't lie.
Well, yeah, the world is recognizing the dopeness of older hip hop, so it's easier. There's no reason to have competition. Everybody, if there's a lane now for classic era hip hop people to release albums and be taken seriously, then
Yeah.
then that solves then they don't need to be like, fuck these young rappers.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, and you know, they're starting to collab with each other, and it's been dope,
And
man.
I think young rappers too, or younger people too, are are more inclined lately to just recognize, like, yeah, these older guys, um even if they're making music we don't necessarily vibe off of, like, as far as rapping goes, these older guys know what they're doing as far as actually kicking raps, the art,
Yeah,
the skill
sure.
of emceeing. It's like watching a classic person on the trumpet. You almost, if you want to go see some dope jazz, you almost expect the person to be a little bit more aged.
Right, right, right.
And
Yeah,
I think, young people, they're more, they know young people make a different type of hip hop, but as far as that rapping shit goes,
yeah.
you want to hear somebody from that era.
Yeah, no, for sure. A couple, I think, I did want to talk about, because, you know, I mean, I think it's safe to say that just from hearing me talk, that I'm a very much East Coast type of cat, right? That's the shit that I came up on, and even though I'm on the West Coast, and I definitely had that influence as well, it just wasn't a big part of who I wanted to model my music after. But I have to say, man, that on that list that I sent you, the two albums on there from the West Coast that were dope to me was Too Short, which might have came out a year ago. I can't remember, but it's called Sir Too Short something or other, right? The Cocktail Sessions or something like that. And the album kind of starts off a little slow for me. Like the first two songs are like, they're dope, but they're not amazing, right? I mean, it's too short. You're getting too short. He's never changed. He's never gonna change.
Mm-hmm. Oh, got a froze. I don't know if that's me or y'all.
It's probably you. Our free throw time over here.
No, that's him. He done froze up.
Oh, there he goes.
He's frozen.
Well, yeah, Too Short. He definitely doesn't try anything new with his flow, but that's not why we go back to him. Did you hear that one, Wicked?
The new Too Short.
Fuck with
No.
Too Short. You fuck with Too Short, big, right?
Yeah, that he's got some songs on there. What I was gonna say is that where he's like talking about like Instagram models, you know what I mean? And he's talking about how all these bitches are just fake and using filters and trying to sell, you know what I mean? And he just went in on it on some grown man shit, almost like a father would. And I'm like, bro, this is coming from the pimp, Shorty the pimp, you know?
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
it just, it was beautiful to me, man, and he was spitting on it. You know what I mean? It's not like he had some extra, extraterrestrial bars or nothing. He's a 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 kind of guy, but man, the song was dope. The album was dope, and I recommend if you haven't heard that to go and listen to that. The other West Coast joint that I put on that list that was a real standout to me was Richie Rich. Um,
Mhm.
and I kind of low key been a fan of Richie Rich, especially back in the '90s and stuff. I liked his flow and the deep voice and that type of thing. I didn't realize he had been making a lot, music the whole time.
Right.
Um, but this new album just feels, I don't know if it's just like I said, because right now what's happening is that we're getting this resurgence and people got a little bit more pep in their step or something like that. But uh, he just sounds great on this album, you know?
The Bay's
He's,
got his back a lot on this album. Like I see like La Russell champion
yeah,
um,
yeah,
Richie Rich, and it just seems like he's finally people are finally like, man, this guy is an E40 Tupac
yeah,
Dog Pound era level artist that's just as dope and important, and he's still here. So let's not
yeah,
pretend like he's not here.
right,
Well, I think
right.
I think
And
on that tip, that La Russell, he was rocking with him pretty heavy. I think last summer,
mm.
um, or last year, and yeah, because I seen a video where he blew out his knee uh,
Oh,
on
oh, that's
stage.
right, that's right. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
But I think that he's got, he's got that newer audience that he's starting to pull in too. Like that's a
yeah,
different thing. That's a different thing that we're not
Mm-hmm.
really talking about beyond just, you know, fans of these older artists that are, going back to them, or, I didn't realize so and so was still putting out music, as opposed
yeah.
to them grabbing new fans that are younger, that's going to carry them, you know, further into the future.
Yeah, no, you're right, and that's kind of like, on the other side, you gotta credit some of these young cats that are actually putting some of the older heads back on and bringing them to the forefront. And La Russell is definitely doing that, man. I'm a huge fan of him and everything that he does, and his whole concept of performing and making music, and how he has. Have you guys seen that thing where you can like invest and become part owner in his songs?
Yep.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, that's like thinking outside of the fucking box, right? Like, I
yeah.
mean, no, I've never heard of anything like that. I haven't taken part. I don't have any ownership in any of his joints, but when I heard him talking about that, I'm like, man, that's dope. And the fact that he was able to change his backyard into one of the most like revered venues that everybody wants to be in. I mean, the last one I saw, he had fucking Montel Jordan there tearing it down. You know what I mean?
That's very cool. He's very cool.
Yeah,
Occupying the fact that he's new, but he really gets respect from people that a lot of times don't fuck with the new artists.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, he sounds classic. He's very, very Bay Area, and
Yeah.
the Bay Area is one of them. For me, it's one of them things where either you hate it or you love it, right? Like they're very
Yeah.
compartmentalized, and it's a very much a
Huh.
culture that you probably would understand a lot more if you were there. Does that
Mm-hmm.
make sense?
Yeah.
We're only getting a taste of it online and through music, but man, it's definitely a vibe. Maybe an acquired taste, but it's definitely a vibe. I've kind of feel like that way actually moving here to Oklahoma, man. Like I was telling my boy Raven, he came to visit a couple months ago, and we went to a rodeo because Oklahoma has the oldest black rodeo in the United States.
Wow.
It's in this a little town called Boley, and they got it's the oldest rodeo in the state, but it's the oldest black rodeo in the United States.
Mm.
And so they do one every year, Memorial Day weekend. And I was telling him about it. I'm like, bro, you ain't never seen nothing like this. Like this shit is like, imagine going to a party turn up, but on some cowboy shit. You know what I mean? Like, um, and so at the rodeo, you know, they're playing some country music, obviously, but they're playing a lot of like down south shit. Okay, like booty pop and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And and I looked at Raven and I was like, man, this is gonna sound weird, but this music sounds better here than back home. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I was like, just culturally, it makes sense when you're in it than
Right.
when you're outside of it, just listening to it and not being able to experience the food, the sounds, the people, and all that. You know, sometimes you need all that to make it make sense.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that
Hey,
so,
I'm
does.
trying to come fuck with that. Bowley,
Yeah.
Oklahoma, Memorial
hey,
Day.
hey, listen, y'all do your homework on bowling, man. Hey, I'm hosting, man. If anybody, because I feel like it's a bucket list thing. If anybody
It
wants to
should
come
be.
to the
Yeah.
Bowley Rodeo, bro, like this thing is it's.
I'd like
I've
to
been
be able to
going,
say I went to the first black rodeo in the country. I would.
bro. It's wild and it's such a good time too, man. And like I said, man, everybody I talk to, I'd be like, man, if you want to come see this, I got a room in my house, man. You can come spend the weekend. We'll go to the rodeo and just turn up, man. It's a good time for sure.
Road trip.
Hey,
Yeah, road trip.
I fucks with horses, and one of my homies, his daughter she's heavily into. I mean, he's heavily into it since he's the dad. He's
Yeah.
got like 8 horses. She does roping and barrel racing.
Oh,
And
barrel racing.
she's
Okay,
hella
yeah.
good too.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
So I'm all with it. I know how to do a little bit of roping stuff from my days at Miracle Ranch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I just got to get me some
Listen,
boots and a hat.
hey,
I'll be
listen.
ready.
Hey, come out here, bro. We'll get you right. We'll get you right, man. I never would have thought I'd own so many hats and boots, but I came out here and I was like, you know what? I'm about to. I got some now, you know. But yeah, man. I think those were the big standouts. A lot of the other stuff on the list that I sent was like maybe they weren't like old heads, but they kind of make that kind of music. I had Rome Streets on there. I had like El
Mm-hmm.
Camino on there. I had Benny the Butcher. Oh, okay. Let me before we like skip topics. I did want to ask y'all if y'all listened to that new exhibit.
I didn't listen to that one yet, but I saw it floating around, and
Yeah,
I'm yeah,
See,
I'm glad to get back out there. I always liked Exhibit, of course.
look, that one is on my list because he had a bit of a rollout too, and the
Mm-hmm.
way that he was talking about it, I just remember Restless, and that was a album that I remember playing all the way through, like,
yeah,
and it to where you was explaining how you wanted to listen to the Slick Rick all the way through. That's one that's
right,
on
right.
my list. I don't put a lot of shit on my list, but that one is on my list to do the full listen through because I seen him on a couple different interviews talking about it, and yeah, he's a. I always liked Exhibit as a character. I know he got
Yeah,
kind of pigeonholed in the whole Pimp My Ride. People thought he
yeah,
was like
yeah,
a goofy comedian type of person, but to me, that's just
yeah,
a part of his personality. That's not
yeah,
all
for sure.
him, but yeah, I always liked him as a character, a person. And he's not a bad actor either.
Well,
No,
from the paparazzi days, like from the Alcoholics, like the Liquid Crew days. To
yeah,
me, I mean, if you that album is like really good hip hop. He wasn't trying to cross over or get on the radio, or you could really tell that's just like Windbreaker, L.A. underground,
yeah.
almost like probably spent some time in the Good Life type of album. And
Oh, yeah, yeah,
so if you know that about him, then you really realize like, wow, this guy really has done a lot.
yeah,
From
man.
that to Fast and Furious, it's a full on career.
I think no, Wicked, man. You hit it on the nail on the head because I really feel like from a hip hop perspective that Pimp My Ride put him in a light where motherfuckers stop taking him serious as a rapper, because like Rise, what you just said is when that paparazzi came out, like when we were young and paparazzi dropped, it was like this motherfucker, he's the
He could have,
dopest. Like this mother, bro.
right.
And and I think that might have been a little bit of confusion with him fucking with Snoop and Dre. Like I don't know if that was the best fit, but I will say this, on that new album Kingmaker, he got Dre all over that motherfucker, and they sound great together. They fucking sound great. Um,
That's big.
I was also happy that he got a song with King T on there. And speaking of OGs, King T sounds fucking
Right.
phenomenal. He sounds great, man.
Hell yeah.
I mean, he sounds like he ain't skipped a beat. And that's what I love the most, man, is when you haven't heard from somebody in a minute and they get on the mic and you're just like, fuck, bro, like this motherfucker's still good, man. Like I remember when
Mm.
it was a couple years ago, maybe like 6 years ago, when they were doing one of them Legends tours, and it was like Nice and Smooth, Big Daddy Kane. They came through to Tacoma. I think they did a show at the Paramount, and I ended up going. But they had like Houdini there and a couple of other cats.
Yeah.
And when Big Daddy Kane took the stage, man, it was just like, bro, he was doing old songs obviously, but I mean his breath control, his his ability to dance and move the crowd and keep everybody engaged, he ain't skipped a beat. And then he did this thing where he just like started rapping over other people's instrumentals, and that's when I was like, yeah, bro, like yeah, there's a reason why you're that guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, those were the standout joints that I wanted to talk about, man. And I'm just, like I said last time, man, I'm just happy to be alive through all of it, and to see this part of hip hop emerge, and and to know it's kind of interesting, man, because it's like you could be a fan of somebody when you're 13, and then turn around and be a fan of him all over again at 43. That's fucking
Mm-hmm.
wild. That's some
It
that's
is.
some different shit, because a lot of them have taken long breaks in between. And you know what I'm saying? It's a, a lot of the older rappers that try to keep on going, and I don't want to disrespect anybody, but some of them haven't stood the test of time, if that makes sense. You know? Um and it kind of there's this part of you that's sad when an older artist puts out an album and you're just like, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
You're just like, fuck, bro. Like, I'm gonna throw this out there. I don't know if you guys are, but I'm gonna throw it out there. I'm gonna see what you guys think. My artist like that I get sad when I hear his music because I loved him so much, is Ice Cube.
Okay.
Yeah. He's definitely lost a step, but what about the the newest one that just
I
came out?
haven't heard it. I haven't heard it.
Yeah, me neither. But unless he really like got back on it with this one, I do feel like his his way of writing and rapping is a bit outdated.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Just his actual, the actual technical method of how he
Right,
actually is rapping is a little outdated. Yeah.
right, yeah. And I think that like he just doesn't pick like beats that are dope enough to carry it,
Uh-huh.
to look past that. I will say this though, if I'm not tripping, I think Exhibit has a song that has Ice Cube on it, and it's the same old flow, but I think maybe just the beat choice
I'm
made it
rooting
work a
for him
little bit better.
still. I think he's getting good reviews on this newest one. I'm rooting for him. I'm hoping that he sounds like he figures a way to not sound super dated on it. He
Yeah,
can still have a
man.
classic. There's a way to sound classic. It'd be okay and give you
Yeah,
nostalgia, but you definitely don't want to sound like slow footed or
right,
just like,
right.
like Melly Mel or something.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I know. And there's been a lot of people online that have been bashing Cube, and like it hurts my heart, man, because like you go back to America's Most Wanted or Lethal Injection and all those albums, and you're like, fuck, these were some of the best albums, man. Like you
Yeah.
can't take that away from him. But yeah, that sound is just it doesn't quite translate
Yeah.
nowadays,
Hmm.
where a Big Daddy Kane flow absolutely does. I mean, even, well, actually, man, another album I wanted to talk about, um, and I hope you guys either have already listened to it or have a chance to listen to it. But man, Kwame's album, The Different Kids,
I haven't yet,
that,
but I've seen people liking it online, and that's
bro.
cool. I like that.
So like Kwame, man, I guess like in industry wise, he just became like a producer. I think he's produced some bigger records. I can't tell you what they are just off the top, but I think that's what became of his career. And I was always a fan of Kwame back in the day with the rhythm and the
Mhm.
Polkadelic Adventures and all that shit. But uh he's another one that just hasn't skipped a beat. He fucking sounds great. And obviously he's got the production on lock, so the beats are dope. And it's a concept album too, so you can listen to that all the way through, man. Yeah, I want you guys to go back and peep that if you haven't, man, because that's a good one to get into.
I'm gonna.
Well, see,
I
that'll
will.
be a good one for me because I don't have no reference point for him. He's before my time. The only reference point I got for
Okay.
him is the Big lyric you played out like Kwame and Polka Dots, nigga. That's
Polka Dot.
Right,
like
right.
So you
so.
never saw the video? You never saw his style? Like you never saw him wear the polka dots?
Well, I've seen pictures of him before.
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
he was
right.
from my understanding, like a young MC at the time. Um,
Yeah, right. He was like 16, 17 or something like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
so he was doing the kid, parents just don't understand type, high
Yeah.
school teenage raps.
Right. But he was nice, bro. Like skill wise, he was real nice. I feel like he came in that era that was just like right under, the greats. He had
Mhm.
that flow that was like, right under Rakim. Obviously, subject matter completely different, but like he was dope as fuck, just like they were. But yeah, there was the folklore in hip hop is that when Biggie dropped that line, that completely crushed his fucking career.
I
Yeah,
bet.
that would do it.
And but no, man, it's a dope album. The last song on that album is him going back in time as
Hmm.
himself now, talking to his younger self, basically telling him like, hey, these are the do's and don'ts in the industry, and this is what you're going to experience and all this shit. And the kid is responding back to him going, oh my god, like this is fucked up, I'm going to lose everything, everybody's going to hate me, like they're going to make fun of me. And
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, but here's the kicker, you're going to become an amazing artist and you're going to be respected for a lot of the work that you do. It's a fucking dope song. Like it's
Yeah.
real dope.
All right. Well, I'm gonna put that right after the exhibit joint on my
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
list.
for sure.
Thank you for that list and talking about it, and we want to shed light on hip hop as a whole, so we
Yeah,
appreciate you taking the time
absolutely.
dropping.
Uh, quick local shout out. It's an instrumental album, but Specs Wizard, the Yellow Brick tape, that just dropped not too long ago. He put it on cassette. I think you could still get it on cassette. Other than
Mm.
that, you're gonna have to get it on Bandcamp. But he put stuff physicals out under Concuss Records, which is a local
Mhm.
record company. And man, just classic. I mean, I think May Dolly probably loved that shit just because it's that
Yeah.
MF Doom type, just grimy, really creative, a lot of extras put into it to piece it all together, vocal samples and that type of thing. So check
Mhm.
that out as well.
All right.
Sure.
Well, that's a perfect segue for
Indie
our
local. Listen to Specs, everybody.
perfect segue to our music transition. I got the songs queued up, so we got 10 minutes and 15 seconds worth of stuff. Let's see if this plays properly.
Well, I think I'm gonna head out, y'all. Thanks for having me, man. I gotta handle a couple of things. I know Josh does too. So, man, anytime you guys, man, invite me back, and I'd love to be a part of it.
Hell yeah,
For sure.
We'll have you back.
Yes, sir. I'll hit you up, man. I'll send you links. I'll hit you up. Much love.
All right, salute.
I'll come back on Wicked for a little bit too, so don't worry, man. I won't leave you hanging totally.
For sure.
All right, bro.
Let me get to this halftime music. I'm going to make sure I share it on my screen so he can actually hear where we're at. What do we want to go with? Yeah, we going with the classics. We going with the classics today. Nothing but classics.
Testing. Yeah. This is WBAD, broadcasting live on a Sunday afternoon from Wicked's living room. Check it out.
Supreme mathematician on a mission to clear up your trioptical vision. Subtraction, addition, multiply, and division. This a local edition of politrick and politicians. I hip you to the game, sit back and just listen. From city council to the auditor, down to the mayor, City Hall is that new devil's lair. From boardroom kickbacks, nerds and their big stacks, they disenfranchise with lies to cover up third eyes. City council's supposed to listen to our voice, our screams, and our hollers, not the Pierce County Chamber of Commerce and their dollars. Now, can you imagine someone like Victoria Woodard and Lauren Walker trying to stop and block low-income housing on Hilltop? There are prospectors trying to grab the land, bust the real meaning of the Hilltop sub-area plan. Hey, yo, keep the crossover, they two-facing over their fucking gentrification. And the people organized for 12 sick days, sick of being a slave, sick of getting played, sick of working with the flu with 1 foot in the grave. But the council only gave you 3 because they only listen to the business community. And the people fight now for that 15, yada the mean. But the council watered it down and only gave you 12 by the end of 2018. Miserable, measly misers make minimum wage. Before you even get that, your next paycheck is played. Purses and pockets full of posies, poison pennies, your wallet is dead. No roses, no bread, no si se pueda, si se pueda, si se pueda. Just thank you for your comment and we'll talk about it later. And the only one that even kinda listens is Anders Ibsen, and the rest of the council campaigned against him, conspired with his opposition, trying to knock him out his position. And do we get real police accountability? Hell no, just the corniest hip-hop video you could ever see. Maryland, Victoria, and the cops busting raps while pigs indiscriminately bust caps. No justice for Jackie, hope someone busts back. This council's full of sick women and ill men who never even fired Jared Williams over what he did to Monique Tillman. They've got no empathy for other people's children, and it's water is life. No dapple down at the Port of Tacoma where they sell off your water so now you sip melanoma. So you use the initiative process to protest, using the only legal means given to you. But what does the council do? Well, they turn around, they sue you. And Julie Anderson disenfranchised them with voting misinformation mailed to your home. Catch her on the evening news sounding like leave me alone. Till it comes vote doesn't matter in a condescending tone. Politics, politricks, prosecutor linguists in the mix. Injustice for the 36, bully tactics, intimidation, campaign violations. Politricking politicians are pantsuits, power blazers, pumps, perms, placating and pimping. Politricking politicians was even Marilyn Strickland. Fuck out of here.
You're tuned in to WBAD Radio. It's a cloudy day here in Hilltop, Tacoma, Washington. You just heard Josh Riceberg spitting that heat over a May Dolly instrumental. And next joint we got for you guys is produced by Don James. So keep your ears locked right here on WBAD Radio.
Should we start this dream again? Bear with me, bear with me, bear with me, bear with me.
Everyone that got the stove open, hoping hard times make my venom more potent. A 40 ounce of OD and some E40 for breakfast. At 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm stressing. Going again to alleviate depression. The pressure so intense needs some relief to cure the headache. The blessing came when I started getting my shit together. The after school special brought my clique together. We mash, research, strategize, execute, build and destroy, period, point, decimal, gentrification to a candidate for election, kept housing in hilltop sub-area section 2.
Y'all need to understand where we been, huh? Look, if I wanna say fuck the police, I can say that. Some gon' disagree, others gon' stand and clap. If I say let's make the hood a better place, some gonna love it and others gonna hate. If I say look, they killing our kids, some gonna turn their heads, others wanna see them live. If I say we bout to march on this concrete, some gonna move their feet, others gon' stay asleep. If I say I'm having a drink on the curb, some gonna frown, the others gonna blaze herb. If I say fuck Donald Trump, some gonna snitch, others gonna fist pump. If I say hilltop is life, some gonna throw gang signs, others wanna make it white. If I say BAD is the truth, nobody can say shit, cause here's the fucking proof, nigga. All in your face.
Asking where we been as my beat machine lights up. We still fighting for our rifles. Cadences pop like rifles. Also reaching out to the idol ghost approaching nightfall. Spiritual warfare, tension in the air. Singing the night calls out a lullaby to bright-eyed bushy tail worm catchers. I've been toiling in the midnight oil flicker, learning better, curving all these twirling critters with written futures, building computers, disappointing my human friends. Cause I've been in the wind on the run, scoring like an all-points bulletin. Skeptics say I'm full of phlegm, not aware I'm anti-Motrin. So sick with it, ankle length, Dark Martin when we kicking shit. Crops from the doc's garden, filling up the swish. We split like profits and proceeds, stretch amongst the fam. Catch me in the Wells Fargo doing the shmoney dance. When it was landing my cargoes, we did the running man. Arrivederci, Pete, we see you in the promised land. Time change, motherfucker, like daylight savings. Keep our celly in the microwave, ducking the agents.
We gon' build a new society for this one falls. Invest time and money into the cause. No rewind in life and you can't push pause. So we fight for the people, fuck yeah, we go hard. 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 We gon' build a new society for this one falls. Invest time and money into the cause. We do this for y'all. We do this for y'all. We do this for y'all. What we do is for y'all. No rewind in life and we can't push pause. So we fight for the people. Fuck yeah, we go hard. We do this for y'all. We do this for y'all. We do this for y'all. What we do is for y'all.
Look, rich man got everything but loyalty. I'm a bottom dweller, ain't no diplomacy. We refer to loved ones as homies. Power's a number, so fuck being lonely. Chaos in the White House, but I'm straight. My lady satisfied, the kids just ate. Fuck racist overtones, I can't relate. But then again, I'm motivated by the hate.
We gon' build a new society for this one falls. Invest time and money into the cause. We do this for y'all. We do this for y'all. We do this for y'all. What we do is for y'all. No rewind in life and we can't push pause. So we fight for the people. Fuck yeah, we go hard. We do this for y'all. We do this for y'all. We do this for y'all. What we do is for y'all.
A life cycle is a full life circle, 360-degree circle of life. circular. Word to Ivan Van Sertima. You a herb, I never heard of ya. My mic and pen murder ya. Murder ya with mic and pen. Fuck Dorkies and fuck West End. Bad's all action, no resting. Up in your establishment flexing. Have your customers walking away in a whole different direction. Punks jump up to get beat down, so watch where you stepping. I'm rushing like a Russian on your whole damn election. I rhyme turpentine, toughest terpenes off the turban. Rise word, ice cold George Gervin. That's point blank, period. Period, point blank. And that's word to my shank. Well, tougher than a tank. My Krav Maga is Hamdulillah, flow agua luz nada.
We gon' build a new society for this one falls. Invest time and money into the cause. We do this for y'all. We do this for y'all. We do this for y'all. What we do is for y'all. No rewind in life and we can't push pause. So we fight for the people. Fuck yeah, we go hard. We do this for y'all. We do this for y'all. We do this for y'all. What we do is for y'all.
Babies having babies, so they're ignorant to love. 9 to 5 got my people stressing, escaping through drugs. Some pray to the most high above, and others like, I don't give a fuck. Government try to sweep us under the rug. That's why we come together and click up. Cause if you're looking for a better day, build and destroy is the only way. Cause if you're looking for a better day, build and destroy is the only way. Cause if you're looking for a better day, build and destroy is the only way. The only way.
Yes, indeed, y'all. We are back once again, the Build and Destroy show. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. We do got a couple topics to go through for the day. Let me queue up. I should have left it on share mode, actually. Let me go back to share screen so I could pop in this commercial we're going to review. That's not the right one. Here we go. Let me make sure we do this. We show that. We'll go back to share. We're going to share this and share with sound. Nope, let's do this. Boom. Share with sound. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and play this Claude AI commercial.
I'm back. Okay.
I wanted to play this real quick, this commercial.
Cool.
There's never been a better time. A better time to have a problem. To be stuck. To be overwhelmed. To be impatient. To be out of ideas or out of your depth. Out of breath. There's never been a better time to have a medical condition. Just look at the research being done. To have no qualifications, no resources, to not understand, feel insignificant, to feel restless. Right now, there really has never been a better time.
All right. Well, I wanted to play that for two reasons. First, you know, the AI conversation that we've had on this show before.
Mm-hmm.
But then also the fact that they use MF Doom music for the commercial.
Who purposefully off-timed his loops so it wouldn't sound like AI. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like May does a lot of his stuff.
Right. Yeah.
So I just thought that it's
Th-
interesting that the commercials now, I think we'll start seeing more of them because the competition, these companies are spending hundreds of billions of dollars on this AI build out. And yeah, we're gonna start seeing a lot more commercials because
Mhm.
people want to take share from the open AI chat GPT, which that's what everyone kind of knows instinctively. But there's quite a bit of different apps out there, and
Yeah.
we're gonna start seeing them flooding us, getting use our stuff. You
I
know,
already do. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, man. You called that one. That's just everywhere. 100%. It's fun. I don't know. It's either you either got to it's either one or I don't feel like they chose that beat I don't think they chose that beat just cuz like I like this beat. Let's just use that beat. What a cool sounding beat. They they either you know what I mean? They're trying to make a statement of some type, and I don't know if it could be like, look, we're cool, we're human too, or it could be like almost thumbing their nose at humanity. I mean, it's hard to really say, but I don't think it was just. There's nothing to read into them choosing a doom beat. That has to have been mindfully purposeful.
oh yeah, I mean,
What do you think they're saying with that choice? What does it
well,
represent to them?
I think um, I think that is a easy cross section catcher to
Like
to
this is a doom beat. People that are leery of AI will be more inclined to use this one because we got a doom beat on there.
or maybe not even necessary people inclined or declined towards it, but they this will catch people's attention for our advertisement, and it'll be a very diverse group of people whose eyes hear and who hears it because it's just a sound, but you yeah, it's going to be a wide cross section of people who hear that, and it's just like any ad. It's just made to make you remember it.
Yeah.
So when you go to do something,
But do you think that they're choosing that beat because like Doom's so not an AI thing and or I mean, I know why they choosing it in the sense that like advertising is about catching your ear, so it's a cool beat. Lots of people will like it. Like that is one reason why they chose it. But I mean,
yeah, I don't think there's anyone at because this is Anthropic. They probably, I would actually estimate that they hired a firm to create it
yeah,
for them, and someone at the firm just suggested this as they probably had the video footage already complete and had maybe 20 songs to choose from that they had dwindled down. And I don't think there was any meta play like, hey, let's use Doom because he would have been against AI, and this will be a funny
right.
like
So
thing.
you don't think something like that happened?
No, not necessarily on
Do
this.
you think this just was just a dope sounding beat and they just chose it and that's why?
Yeah, I think there's someone, whoever is in that department in marketing or the firm that they hired, that they're in charge of collecting the music or sourcing the music for, um, you know, or it could even have been the original producer, like the director of the video. Like someone is in charge of getting this project done. If we hire your firm, make us a 1 minute advertisement Here's your budget. There's someone at the end of the day that says okay on this and okay on that, and that's a sample. You have to pay for it, so you got to sign paperwork and get permission and rights. So yeah, I don't think it was any like ill intention. It was more coincidence that yeah, because if you had ill intention, I think you'd find something more. I think impactful.
Crossover. Yeah.
Something
I agree.
Use.
Well, I hope Doom's Estate got a nice chunk for that. I love that beat. I mean, that's always been one of my favorite hip hop beats of all time. Nonetheless, a Doom beat.
Yeah, I
don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about the AI or whatever. But I'll rap over that.
I was mad that they didn't use the song and it was just the beat, because I like that song. He's got some hard bars in that song, like something go like snot bubbles. He made the pop sound though. He didn't say go pop. He said go like that song is. I like that song so. I just wanted to bring that up because I saw the commercial. I'm like, and the commercial isn't even really explicit on this is an AI app. Like,
no, it's one of those. Yeah, that's how they do stuff sometimes nowadays. Well, right on.
Well, yeah, the only other thing I really wanted to talk about, but we could probably save to next week, was the podcast kind of shenanigans. I don't know if you've seen on Joe Budden, two of their hosts was about to fight, and then this other one called the Speakeasy, which is Emmanuel Acho and LaShawn McCoy. It's a sports show, but Emmanuel Acho, was in all the shenanigans with Fox and Joy Taylor. So they're talking on the show. This is their most recent episode, and then McCoy. They call him Shady McCoy. It's like he said they're asking him about what was he trying to ask him? It was like, have you ever committed any sins? I think, and he was like, yeah, 2. And I was like, what? No, there's no way you've only ever did 2 things wrong in your whole life. Like, and they were just laughing about that. And then he just busted out. Well, just because he said, I don't know how he turned it on to Acho, but he was like something talking about extracurricular activities at Fox, or I can't remember the terminology he said, but he's literally throwing him under the bus. And it's a live show too, so they got a chat going. And everyone in the chat, like even they got like a DJ co-host that's like standing up, and they're like sitting in their chairs. This dude could not stop laughing because he could see the chat screen too. And they was like, "Come on, we got to pull it together." He did a whole close up on his face, like, "Come on, chat, we're older than this. We can do better than this. Have your couple jokes, but this is a serious show." And then 5 minutes later, the dude that's standing up, so he's looking at the chat, and the chat won't let it go. And he's supposed to say something, but he's just down trying to like duck behind this little bar setup that they got for him because he can't stop laughing. The chat just roasting. So I just thought that was funny, that two kind of.
Do you normally listen to those podcasts personally, or did you just see the clips?
Yeah, I don't listen. I just check out funny clips every now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watch.
Do you oftentimes see clips? Well, I know, but obviously Joe Budden's show.
Yeah.
But what about the other one? Is it pretty popular?
I didn't look. I didn't even go to the page. It didn't make me want to go to the page because it seemed like this was the most entertaining that show would ever have been, and it was off the rails for them. So they was like, we got to turn off the cameras. We're done. We're done. We'll see you guys next week. But that was entertaining to me. But I probably wouldn't watch the show because I wouldn't be that entertained again.
Yeah.
It's like that was the most entertaining.
Yeah. All right. There's so many podcasts out there. It's really endless. You really have to zero in on just something that you want to know. And then you got to choose which podcast to listen to.
Yeah, I got my couple rotation.
Yeah.
There's only like 3 really long ones that I listen to per week.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them a little short.
Probably don't have enough time to listen to too many more than that. Me personally.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
But I'll check out, It Is What It Is. I'll watch that during my breaks and at lunch.
Who's that one?
That's the Cam and Mace.
Oh yeah, they're funny. Sure, of course.
Yeah, I watch that. And there's a couple crypto ones outside of that. Not much.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah. Yeah. I listen to I like the Juan Ep, but that was like the first hip hop podcast.
Yeah,
it's got Cypher Sounds, Peter Rosenberg.
Yeah, that's an old one.
I like them just because they do deep dives. They nerd out. They ask people about their process and stuff like that. And then I like this one. I like This Is Important. It's by the guys that were in Workaholics. Do you ever watch that show?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen
It's a comedy one. It's 4 guys. And then it's just silly, funny. I like Conan O'Brien. I like Conan O'Brien's
interviews.
He does interviews.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of those.
And I've always just been a fan of Conan's late night show from when I was younger, and and like I just think he's funny. I think he's silly, and then I watch this. I like to listen to this one called Knowledge Fight, and it's these 2 guys, and all they do really is they dissect the Alex Jones show.
So it's a reaction show. It's a show about a show.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people that do that though.
Yeah. And they fact check everything he says with the research, and so it's really like a news show, but they're comedians also, but they're researchers too. So it's got like a funny and academic and a news twist to it. I wish I had one more though. I feel like I need one more to really to complete the week as far as listens go. I'm always searching around for one more, but yeah. Well, man, that was cool. I'll probably go check in with the fam and eat a meal and get ready for the work week and shit.
All right. Well, I'm right with you. So.
Yeah, man. It's good to see you, bro. Salute.
Hell yeah. We'll
thank you, K-Do. I'm gonna book a new round. We very well might have a guest next week.
Okay. You heard it here first, folks. Be back next week, Sunday, around 5. We'll holla at